Welcome, listeners, to the Dream Stream podcast. I am Yiska Cook here with Ellen Ronas. Ellen, I'm just going to pause for a moment. Oh, I don't know how to pause. Oh, here we go. I just had to take a quick pause because my child is home from school.
Hey.
Yes. So you were just telling me about that wonderful painting over your head.
Oh
So
yeah.
can we bring? Mm-mm. Now, what's you were saying the negative space?
Yeah. If you look at not the red parts, right, the red in the middle, that was sort of like a flower or a pinwheel. If you look
Yes,
at the spaces in between that, you can see a hummingbird, the beak with
yes,
the little dot.
yes.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
I
I
mean, you
love
can
that.
see the dots from far away, but the dots are the eyes. Yeah.
Oh, oh, I don't see the dots at all.
Yeah, you can't see the dots. But yeah, it's
That's
an original. It was my first piece of art that I bought in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
wow,
It's actually
nice.
from like I believe it's like the Pacific Northwest
Okay.
artist up that way.
Speaking of New Mexico, it's making me feel like having a shot of tequila.
Yellow?
Do you have anything to drink?
No, I don't really drink
You're not a
much.
drink. I'm not much of a drinker either,
Not
but
that I'm
my
averse to it. I just
no, my brother-in-law was just here and he's like, "Do you need anything?" And I said, "Yes, get me silver tequila." And I'm
I
not even gonna
I
have.
bought you a bottle of tequila once.
Yes,
Remember?
yes, you
I don't
did.
know why I was doing that, but
Well, I think I am gonna have a little bit warm me up.
you just happen to have it handy.
I do.
You're too
It's a tiny, it's a smaller space to live in, so
right.
important things
Everything's
can,
right there.
important things have to stay on my desk.
I like that in a way. I live in a small space, very small space. It's kind of like, yeah, everything's at your fingertips.
Yes. So how has your dream life been?
You know, how's my dream life been? Um, I have one dream image, and like just sleep has been really awkward and not awkward. Wrong choice of words.
Yeah.
Sleep has eluded me.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't been sleeping that well. When I don't sleep well, I tend not to remember dreams. But
Okay.
I
Hmm.
had one dream imagery recently, and mostly I think it's because I'm really living like I'm really
Yeah.
um, I'm in life right now.
This
I'm
is our theory, Ellen, that
when
when
you're
we're
really
living the dream, we're not necessarily
yeah
dreaming
yeah
nighttime.
I'm really working on some really deep stuff about myself,
Yeah.
and um, I feel like the light that is shed on a dream image, like the light that's shed on your unconscious in a dream, it's
Yes.
just happening in waking life. So that's
Yes.
kind of
Yeah.
what I think.
I like
But the
that.
dream image it was that I was in, I don't know where I was, some kind of room, I don't know, and there were other massage there. Like we were all, I was, I'm it was a massage thing. There were two other men, and they were setting up massage tables on either side of me, and I don't know if it was like a festival, and we were setting up. It was kind of a dark space, and there really wasn't much to it, but it was it was pretty remarkable. It was two men. They were setting up massage tables, and there I was doing massage, which is what I do for a living at the moment. And it's what I've been wanting to move away from for a long time, but haven't really been able to figure out how to do that exactly. So I don't know really what to make of it. That's just what it was.
So, how did you feel when you woke up from this dream? And I'm assuming this is just a image within a larger dream.
I don't know.
Okay.
I
All
just
right.
that's all I remember.
Yes.
Um, how did I feel? Um, hmm, I don't actually remember. It wasn't a really strong feeling. I
Okay.
think how, if I look at my feeling inside the dream, I was, I was like, oh yeah, well here I am, doing my thing. again
Yes.
for the
Yes.
8,000 million bazillionth time. Like, I think there was a little bit of that, like, oh, well, but also I think I remember having the feeling of, oh, maybe this is different because there are two men here. I don't know why that, but just something about the two. And it was very remarkable that it was men.
Yes.
I don't know who they were or anything about them. I don't didn't really get a good look at them. They felt young. They felt like younger men. And maybe it was almost like I could almost feel like it was like the masculine, like on either side of me,
Oh,
supporting me. Maybe I don't know.
I found it so interesting that the dreamer said, and two other men, meaning
Oh,
in my perception of dream, I myself, a man,
oh, did I see two
two
other
other
men?
men,
That's interesting.
instead of just saying two men and two men,
Yeah.
other
I
men,
don't know.
which
Yeah.
is like claiming myself as man.
Nope. Not doing that. I
I mean,
don't know why.
for so many centuries, man had a different meaning. It didn't just mean half of humanity, it meant human,
Human,
man.
right? Mankind.
Yeah.
Mankind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We've forgotten the kind part.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, goodness. We have. Yeah.
So, do you have
So,
any seminars coming up?
so I'm actually, yeah, this is so crazy, but it's in, okay, I need to qualify it. I just finished a course on how to teach a course online.
Hmm.
Um, I don't necessarily have the course yet that I want to teach, but part of the training is they sort of help you figure it out. But of course, it's like $47 for this 5-day thing, and it was absolute great. I mean, this woman really has her stuff together,
Yeah.
and I learned a lot. It's a tremendous amount of work to do such a thing. Like,
Okay.
so much social media. You have to get like different platforms and equipments and there's so much to know.
Okay.
But I did find it very interesting and it was pretty exciting. And I have wanted to do something online since before COVID. So, and I never really quite knew what, but, and I still don't know what, but I'm getting a little bit more clear on what it is. And what? Of course, then the next beat is if you spend $2,000, she will literally take you like, click this button, do this. Here's the template. This is what you need to buy. This, so step by step, but $2,000. So,
But I
uh,
if this is my experience, I already received all her teachings. I just don't need someone to hold my hand now.
but you do.
Okay. Yeah.
Trust me, you do. Not
But
you,
okay.
yes, but we all do. I
No,
mean,
sure, sure.
unless you're an absolute marketing expert and you know how to do it. I
And
mean,
I am not.
me neither. I
Yeah.
mean, most of us aren't, especially those of us of a certain age. It's just not, we weren't born into it. We're just still figuring out the simple things.
But you're talking about like social marketing, social
Yeah,
media
social media
marketing.
marketing. And
Yes.
it isn't just like announcing a thing on Facebook, it's just a whole thing,
Oh, I know. That's
thing
why
that I don't even
this
understand.
is why the Dream Stream has such a low membership.
Yeah, well, maybe if I do.
Please join the Dream Stream.
My hair is a disaster. If I do take the course, which it's possible that I will, because I do want to do something different. I want to just step in and make different choices and stop like being on the fence about things. And I tend to do that. I tend to, when I'm trying to make a decision about something, I will stay on the fence for too long and not decide, and it makes me
Yes.
unbearably stressed, like unbearably stressed.
Yes.
My
Yes.
physical body gets like in a complete tangled mess, and it's just like, why am I doing this to myself? So
This is
I'm
not serving my well-being.
not serving my well-being, and if I so I'm taking the week, the thing we have a week to decide to sign up. So I'm really going to seriously whether I'm
Sorry. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my God. I'll edit all this, of course. Not of course. But anyway, go on. Sorry about that.
yeah. I forgot what I was saying. No,
You were
no,
saying,
no. The court,
you
I
were,
have a week to decide, I think
yeah,
so.
that's what you were saying.
Really
Exactly.
sort of settle into the what of it. Like, what really is compelling me. Like, what do I really want to teach and what do I want to share as my knowledge? It
Yes.
doesn't have to be anything related to massage therapy or any of the things that I already do. I mean, it could be, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be like, well, what do I love and what do I know about? And it's
Yes.
kind of amazing how creative you can get to put something together that's
Ah,
meaningful
fascinating.
for a certain audience. And of course, then you have to find your audience, like who are
Hmm.
the people who want what you have to offer. And anyway, et cetera, et cetera. Don't need to waste too much more time on this
No,
podcast.
I feel like this is the
Yes.
meat of it, you know.
Well, it's out there. It's a big deal right now. I mean, she had
Yes.
thousands of people on this webinar.
Oh,
Thousands,
really?
thousands. Yeah. At the
Wow.
beginning
Wow.
there were over
Yeah.
3,000, and then the last one, was like
Sh-
1.6
She
thousand.
has
And
something to teach us.
she earns 8 figures. I had to actually write that down, like write numbers down and
Right?
go,
What is that? Tens of
oh my
millions?
goodness, that's a ton of
Hundreds
money.
of millions?
Not that
So,
I don't even want to be. I don't even. I mean, whatever. I have no
not that you don't want
millionaire.
it. Right.
Not saying.
Pardon me, Ellen. My alarm just went off on my phone, as you heard. I'm just gonna have to pause us for one more moment, and that will
Okay.
be the last
Okay.
distraction. Yeah, so how is it going for you? I know decision making was very much a big theme for you last time we spoke.
Yeah, it is. It just is. Anyone who knows me knows
Yeah.
that about me. It's just
Yes.
like, oh my God. It's hard to be me sometimes, I often say.
Yes.
And I know I've said this on this podcast, I have ADHD.
Yes.
Once I discovered that, it did really make me kind of take a sigh of relief, like, oh, there's a
Yeah.
reason that I'm like this.
Oh, other people. I'm sorry. My cat is trying to steal my cookies. Pardon me while I safeguard my cookies from my cat. No way, man. No way. No way. My cookies. So, yeah, so that's a big thing for you. I could
Yeah.
see that. You're very much a thinker
Yeah. I'm
and
very much a thinker and I analyze and I
very introspective as well.
yeah, I mean, which I love about myself, but also it's the ruminating. It's the well,
Yeah,
what if that, and on this hand and on that hand, and I can see, I'm also Gemini, so Gemini's are very
exactly. I was just gonna say that the twins
yeah, we can see
and aren't they going in? Oh no, that's Pisces. Are they
fish.
going in different directions, or that's just
No,
Pisces?
no, it's just basically like on the one hand, then on the other,
Ah,
very what's that there's a word for that? When
perspective.
we can like we're good mediators. Like
Oh,
I would do
uh-huh.
I've actually done this with friends where a couple, friends of mine who are a couple, were having some difficulties, and I sat with them and essentially mediated a discussion, which was sort of a
Yes,
fight, but it was like, okay, so what he's this is what I hear her saying.
that's a very important skill.
It was pretty amazing, and I do. I mean, it was helpful, I think. And anyway, that's kind of a Gemini type of a skill.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it's like I hear this, I hear the devil on this shoulder, and I hear the angel on this shoulder, and they're like, they're
And
not.
either one might be right.
Yeah, they're not leaving each other alone
No.
somehow. It's just be all one or the other, but no, it's never
Yeah.
like that.
Please go on. I'm gonna drink my shot. Distract our listeners.
Oh my God, with my goings on. Yeah. Anyway, and I believe that we talked a little bit about my nephew last time. Did we talk about that? My trans nephew who's
We
getting
spoke
married.
about him
Yeah,
2 times ago,
2 times ago. Yeah.
and that was the podcast that got lost.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. Well, I just quickly sort of report about that. So I have a trans nephew, and he's getting married, and that's a wonderful thing. The thing that is not wonderful is that he disowned or disconnected from his parents, and so they're not invited to his parents, who my brother and sister-in-law, and they're not invited to the wedding. So it created a tremendous tension and rift and pain in our family, and we've all been sort of trying to figure out how to be with all of that. And I actually decided not to go to the wedding, not because I'm mad at him. I'm really mad at him for doing that, for that being the way he's handling his discomfort or unhappiness. I'm really mad at him for that.
Okay.
But it's really more financial and it's more
Okay.
stressful. It's a lot for me to get to the East Coast from here, and it's bad timing. I'm in the middle of projects, and it's like school is starting. Got a lot going on. So but the point being that I finally decided. I finally just got off the fence.
That's great.
And I decided to jumped off and said, I think I'm not going to go. It was like a sense of relief. But then the other little voice on the other shoulder was like, huh, okay, well, what if I did go? It's like,
You can't tell me what to
you
do.
know what? I just wanted to like, you know, is great. Anyway, I'm not going, and it is the right choice. And I spoke to him, and he's totally cool with me not going. He
Yeah.
understood, I had some financial things and other.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, good. I mean, it's and I imagine your brother might appreciate that gesture.
well, I haven't actually spoken to them yet, but
Okay.
they don't even know. I don't know if they know whether that I'm, but I'm not. I want them to know that I'm not going because of that. They know I love them and support them, and
Yeah.
I feel absolutely sick about the way how they
Yes.
feel. They feel so horrible, like they just can't. They're beside themselves.
Uh-huh.
I, I am in total support of them, and I didn't make the decision because of that. I made it for my own reasons. I took care of myself. That's the truth. That's the bottom
It's the
line.
most important thing you could have done.
Yeah, I guess.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Okay. Well, I'm glad you were able. Was that the big decision that was?
that was a big decision. Yeah, the thing that was driving me the most crazy. And now I feel like, okay, I'm here. I have a little more energy to, work with this course and to see whether or not I want to, how I want to move forward with, a new aspect of my business.
Yes.
I'm also putting together a in-person authentic movement group, which seems to actually be having some interest in the dance community here, which is pretty big. There's a
That's
lot
great.
of dance community here, like our frolic in upstate
Yes.
New York, which they have embodied dance, they have ecstatic dance, and they have five rhythms, and there's a lot of people in that world. So I actually have some place that I can put it out to the world, and
That's wonderful.
is finding schedules and spaces and things. And I'm
Hmm.
nervous, but I'm excited to just do something a little different and
Hmm.
finally move forward.
Yay, Ellen. A
Thank you.
rallying cry.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
It's not about sleeping dreams, but maybe it's about
It's
waking,
about realizing your dream, manifesting your dream.
manifesting.
And
Yeah,
that's been
somehow.
really the theme for of the dream stream for many, many months has been how do we manifest the things in our lives that we are wanting to
Yeah,
manifest and create within our lives.
yeah. And I think the sleeping dreams, help us to kind of sort out the things maybe that are keeping us held. I mean, one of the things it could do is to sort out some of the things that are keeping us from manifesting, from
Yeah,
feeling
bogging us down.
bogging us down. And maybe another aspect of how dreams can work with us on that process is to actually illuminate something, like show us something in a different
Yes,
way. It's like, maybe that, circling back to the massage dream, like maybe there's something about not feeling like I need to, if I do teach a course, that I don't need to recreate the wheel or whatever that expression is.
yeah, yes,
Maybe there is something about body work. Maybe there's like, I'm not going to teach massage because that's
right,
not interesting to me at this point, but maybe there's something, there is something connected to how I do the body work, or something about my,
sure.
who knows, some way
Of
that could,
of course that will all come through because you are the teacher who's offering it. So
right.
your
It will
gifts
come
will
through.
come through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I think it's wonderful.
thank you. Thank you. Certainly what's coming through is movement,
Yes,
and actually, all right, I'll give a little taste of what I'm thinking. Um,
yes, yes.
movement and creativity to help alleviate symptoms of ADHD and anxiety.
I love it. That's amazing.
Kind of vulnerable to put it out there because whatever people, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Good luck. I look forward to hearing about it.
That's just a really rough idea, and it may
Yeah.
change 12 times before I actually do it. But it's something I'm thinking about because I sure do
Yeah.
know those things, all of them.
That's right. You sure do. You sure do have a lot to teach others about those things. And once you get
Yeah,
that through your thick skull, no, just kidding.
definitely.
Just
No,
kidding.
it's so true. It's so true. Good sister.
Totally. So I also just had fragments. I actually did incubate a dream last night. Um, and now I'm thinking, I'm not exactly sure what I was looking for guidance on. It was very specific last night. It might have been this podcast, but I thought I'll incubate the dream or just looking for a little guidance, you know. And I don't remember. I mean, I remember two snippets from the night. And then I also, well, okay, I also want to give it, I always say give it 3 nights. If you're not sure, you know, give it the next night, give it 3 nights. And so I have decided to walk my talk and give it 2 more nights because I don't know if these images have anything to do with that question.
All right, let's hear them.
Okay. So one of the images is I'm an artist and I have painted on many of these canvases, and that's one dream image. And then the second dream image is where we found feathers, and and this feather. Do you ever find a feather that's still attached with the wing? You know, the wing with all the feathers on it.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like that, but it wasn't. It didn't seem like a natural um, placement of all. It seemed like it was almost like purple Tinker toys with like feathers at the end of each. So it almost was more playful than natural. I'm not exactly sure, but those are the two images.
Hmm. Hmm. Something about that wing with the tinker toys at the end. It's making me think of some kind of a dream that I had that
It's like
was
familiar, right?
like something about that. Like there's something natural, but then there's these weird shapes or something.
Oh, right.
Is that what is? Am I
Yeah.
describing right?
No, no, I'm remembering you talking about something.
Oh,
It was the
okay.
cat.
You have such a good memory for that. I don't even remember. I just remembered there was something familiar, like I
It
had.
was the cat. It was like the Cheshire cat, but he wasn't. I don't know if that's is what it is, but I think that's what it is. But anyway, yeah, it was, and it seems like a familiar image right now, as if I built something with like the spokes in a Tinker Toys wheel with feathers at the end or something, you know, like almost
Must be something handmade
like a windmill, a handmade windmill.
hmm. I'm getting this feeling about it, like um, something natural nature. Um, but then there's this sort of like industrial. I don't know why I'm saying industrial, but like
Yeah,
something man-made, like that we're
right,
putting something man-made that
right,
doesn't really fit right. Even if it's kind of, you said it's playful, but I guess I'm just in my own image. It's kind of like it may be playful, but it's also like, why would we mess with that? Why would we mess with the beauty of a winged
right,
animal,
right,
even if it's
right.
red?
Yeah, I think any nature lover who would ever find a wing wouldn't take the feathers out individually. It would be about the whole.
We used to have wings,
Oh,
like a thing that we used to do, Tim and myself and a few other friends. Like we would, if we saw like roadkill, we would do this whole process with taking the wing and you put it in, I forget, like salt.
salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, to
And
dry up all the.
process it somehow.
Yeah,
And we had
yes.
these big giant wings. I was sad to let those go when Tim and I divorced.
Yeah. Oh, uh-huh.
They were his, really kind of.
He brought them to Hawaii?
Probably, I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe.
he might have. So, yeah, just saying that made me think, well, two things. One thing I was thinking that, oh, something about the man made, I don't know. I'm thinking, I do remember what the dream incubation was about. It was really about the MS that I've been dealing with for
Oh.
26 years. And I just really, I've always felt we're free on earth to heal. I've always felt that was an option. We just need to find out how to do it for me. Other
Mhm.
people can figure it out for themselves. Um, and I think I had asked the universe to like guide me towards how am I going to heal
Mhm.
completely. I'm ready to just heal completely and go on the road.
Uh,
Yeah.
Joe Dispenza,
Yes.
he's pretty rocking when it comes to that stuff.
Yes, he
Really
is.
healing on this whole other level, and because
Yes.
he's done it himself, and I don't know, yeah.
I used to do work from his teachings with my friend Michelle,
Mhm.
and he was very wise. He's a very wise teacher. I really enjoyed
Yeah, yeah.
studying
He's
his.
very deep and very profound in the way he sees, that sort of quantum physics or whatever,
Right,
like,
right, right.
waves and things. And yes, it's amazing actually.
Yes.
Not that I've
Uh,
done so much work with him or studying or anything, but I just know about his. I've read things. I've heard.
I guess I need to
I would.
re-explore.
It's what came to me for you
Yeah, okay.
because you are needing to heal on a very very different level. It's not just like, oh, I need to heal this little muscle. It's like
Yeah,
deeper and bigger.
yeah.
You can.
And longer, right? It's like
Yeah.
half of my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's exactly half of my life.
And I don't know that it matters how long you've been. I don't know if
But I
that's a.
feel like because I got it when I was 26 and now it's 26 years later, I
Mhm.
feel like, okay, we're good. Like, thank you for
Right.
how much I've learned. And
Mhm.
yes, I struggled. And now
Move the fuck on. Are
I'm
we allowed
ready
to
to
do that
move
on
the
the podcast?
fuck on.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I think.
I'm coming to New Mexico. I'm coming to hang with you. I
Yeah.
need some movement. I need to,
Yeah. Well, I'll be doing some of this online.
yeah,
So,
oh, right. So I don't have to, but I do want to come and visit
oh, you are so
physically.
welcome. You're so
Yeah.
welcome. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
welcome.
So, and then so that was the feathers. The first one was paintings. And
Yeah.
that's making me think of like live the art, live your
Hmm.
art, or my life is my art, something with that.
Do you
That
have an image of what you were painting? What you were
there
painting?
were so many canvases. I think we were at a gallery,
Hmm.
and I think I was showing. I mean, actually not sure.
Hmm.
I can imagine maybe it was landscapes. Maybe it was all these different landscape pictures that I had painted.
Hmm.
I'm really not sure. I'm just saying it may have been.
Did you have a sense of how you felt about having painted them?
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's so interesting. I never realized that I was a visual artist.
Maybe there's some kind of a self-discovery that's going to happen as you heal yourself.
Yes.
Who's going to come through?
I felt like I could just pick up a brush and paint
That is so,
anything, anything.
like when you woke up, you felt like that.
Yes. It
Oh,
was
I love that so
extraordinary.
much. That's so powerful. It,
Yeah.
it was giving you this, the dream world was kind
Oh,
of giving you
yes.
this, like, I can do this. I can do
Yes.
whatever it is. I can heal. I can create. I can,
Maybe
like,
tap into my creativity,
yeah.
and that would be so healing for me physically. Yeah.
I mean, I mean, you just gave me an idea for another part of my little course here about like
Okay.
painting for create, or, the arts are definitely in the
Of
movement.
course, of course. I would never have imagined
I
you'd include other arts in your dance class.
know.
Yeah.
But that I like that as a really specific little like mini course,
Yes,
healing through
right.
art. I mean, it's not new. Gazillions of people do such things, but
And come away from it with intense epiphanies,
yeah,
or
yeah. Or you just move some energy. Sometimes
or
just
even that.
like the least that would ever happen in such a thing is that you move some energy and you go, oh, that's what's there.
Yeah,
You move
yes,
the body and you're like,
yeah.
oh, okay, I feel good having moved my body. You might not
It's
have epiphany, but
so good
that in
because
itself, yeah,
movement.
it's all movement.
It's all,
We are all part of that whole big picture of everything
yes,
moving and interweaving and breathing in
yes,
and breathing out and mixing with the matrix and
yes. I wish I remembered this guy's name. I was just watching a YouTube channel about this man, John something, and he started seeing everything as fractals. He got like a concussion. Somebody beat him over the head, and he started seeing everything in fractals. And
ooh,
he's talking about how movement isn't really movement. It's like one picture, one picture, one picture, one. You could almost see it, like the Bionic Man,
yeah, yeah,
that like I could hear the sound
yeah.
effects
Almost
for
like a
it.
film if you stop it at each little
Yeah,
like
exactly. Right.
stopping.
It's like if you make one of those books where you draw
Yes,
the
if the picture.
dog
Yeah,
running or whatever.
yeah.
Right. And that happened for him. And he's studied. Then he never even took algebra in high school. And then after this happened, he was encouraged to go and study physics at community college, and now he became like one of the most brainiac
Mm.
physics people, or calculus people.
Right, you never know where your life is going to take you. We all have special gifts based on whatever we've suffered through in a certain way, I think. Or,
Yeah,
life presents. This doesn't mean we always have to
so
suffer.
it's
But I do,
right. Doesn't have to be suffering. It's
yeah,
just
it doesn't
one.
have to be
That's
suffering.
one. That's just one path.
Just one path, but I do think that
I
many
think.
people, after having big things happen,
Yeah.
whether it's, whatever
Yes.
struggle, big life events, those tend to be the things that push us to the edge of ourselves and
Yes.
and help us to see something different.
Yes. It's true.
Hmm.
We used to ask, and I took a spiritual direction training, Jewish spiritual direction, and one of the questions we always asked ourselves was, like, what is your, I don't think we said it this way, but what is your cutting edge? Like,
Hmm.
where's your edge? And like, can you go beyond it, or does that need to keep you more constrained? So,
Yeah.
that's a question.
Yes. Sometimes we need to get a little uncomfortable. If we're not, I really kind of feel like if you're not just in that
I,
sort of comfort zone,
yeah,
there's not much new that's going to happen.
this is very true. Yeah.
Not fun. And, being uncomfortable, nobody wants to be uncomfortable.
No, nobody wants to feel stagnant.
But you
Like,
sort of hope
think
that
of
you don't
like a
stagnant, but you also don't want to be uncomfortable to take that next step. Like that's not fun either. You're
right.
like, God, this is so uncomfortable, but like you just know you have to push through that to
I
get.
mean, I know in the stagnant pond that used to be behind my old house, there were leeches, but in
Mm,
the flowing stream, there were not. So
yeah,
that's got to be a metaphor for something.
yeah, I think so.
When we're stagnant in stagnant waters, we get the
Mhm.
blood sucked out of us. But
Really, I think that's
when we're
really.
in flowing waters, what flows towards me is the past. What still flows in front of me is the future. And I am standing in the present.
I love it, and the water's kind of flying around.
Yes. Yeah. So
Beautiful. On that note, we have 1 minute and
I know.
15 seconds left, so it's kind of good timing.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
But wonderful to share with you today, Ellen.
yeah,
And
same.
listeners, thank you for hanging out with us. Holomod Metukim.
Have beautiful dreams.
Okay.
Mm.
I'll talk to you soon, Ellen.
Okay, bye.
Bye.